What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the VITAL perk and how it affects the TTK of different guns, as well as just in general the damage numbers that it changes. I went through and I started getting all of the damage numbers for all the different weapons. It's just an insane amount of work, and there's no other creator that's doing any of this at this level of depth, at least. So if you want to help support TGD, help support the website, the YouTube channel, all of that, just please drop a like and a comment on the video, as well as subscribing. We're like 2,000 subscribers from 200,000, which is a really big milestone for me. So if you want to help me out, I'd really appreciate that. But let's jump into it, and we will talk about the VITAL perk and how it affects the shots to kill, time to kill, and damage values of the different guns in Warzone.
Today's video is sponsored by NordVPN. So a couple big benefits of using NordVPN. The first I want to focus on is just privacy. So if you are browsing in incognito mode, you might think that your information is not being saved anywhere, but really your internet service provider can still see every single URL that you go to. And of course, they're going to say they don't use that information in any way, but if they get hacked or anything like that, then that information could potentially get public, and you just don't want that to happen. You want all of your information to be completely private. So NordVPN will send all of your information through an encrypted tunnel and goes straight to a NordVPN server, and then from there it goes to the web. So all of your information is never logged by them, and you'll never be able to be tracked in any way. Probably the most common use of a VPN is just to get access to region-locked content. So if you live in the US and you want to watch a TV show that's only on Netflix in the UK, all you have to do is open NordVPN and connect to the server. It takes literally just a couple seconds. So I've connected to the UK right now on my VPN. I can open up Netflix, and you can see that it's showing me that Lost in Space is number 10 in the UK today, and I have access to all of that United Kingdom content. So if you're interested in any of the features I just talked about, head over to nordvpn.com/truegamedata. Right now, the limited time Christmas deal is 73% off the 2-year plan, and you'll get an extra month free using my specific link. So thank you so much to NordVPN for sponsoring this video and helping to support the YouTube as well as the website.
All right, so this is going to be a very short video because there's just very few guns that actually have this perk. There's only 4 assault rifles, LMGs, or SMGs that have it. The Type 100 is the only SMG. Cooper Carbine, STG, and ITRA, all 3 are assault rifles, and they have it. There's no LMGs that have it. So basically what I have here is base chest damage. In almost all cases, it does do exactly what it says in game, where it only affects the chest shot damage. So that's why I'm only listing chest shot damage here. And then I have chest with VITAL, and then the difference in damage here. So the Type 100 does 30, 24, 19 in each damage range. And then with VITAL, it does 32, 25, 21. So you can see it does 2 extra in the first damage range, 1 extra, and then 1 extra in the second and third damage range. Because it's an SMG, it has 3 damage ranges, unlike the ARs, which only have 2. Cooper Carbine, 26-20 to the chest in first and second damage range, 27-20, so it only affects the chest damage in the first drop-off for the Cooper Carbine. But a really weird thing, I don't know if it's a mistake or what, but it does 1 extra to the neck in the second damage range. So it's supposed to probably be on the chest. This might just be a mistake. But yeah, it does 1 extra damage to the neck, no extra damage to the chest in that second damage drop-off. The STG is 33-28, first and second. This is one of the ones that's kind of weird because it's flip-flopped. Normally, damage values in Warzone work off multipliers. So if the number's lower, it should never have a higher damage value. So if it's like a 1.3 times 33 and 1.3 times 28, it should never be +1 damage, +2 damage for the first and then second damage drop-off, if that makes sense. It should always be the same or lower because it's a multiplier. But for some reason the STG is backwards, so it does 33-28 first and second damage drop off, and then with VITAL it does 34-30, so you get 1 extra damage in the first damage drop off and 2 extra damage in the second damage drop off. So that leads me to believe that they are just actually tuning this per gun, and it's actually just simply an additive number. It's not necessarily a multiplier. They're literally just adding this in the code. Like I said, all other things in the past have been damage multipliers, not just set numbers like this. So that's kind of interesting. The ITRA works kind of how you would expect. It does 31 in the first, 24 in the second, and then with the perk, the VITAL perk, it does 33 in the first, 25 in the second, so you get 2 damage more in the first, 1 damage more in the second. So quickly, let's talk about how this actually changes shots to kill. I went through and did the actual shots to kill, time to kill calculations using these new chest damage values with VITAL and without VITAL. So the Type 100 and the ITRA are the only 2 that have a difference in TTK on that chest shot. But keep in mind that that's not really how TTKs work. You're never going to hit 100% of chest shots. So this is where, like, I'll show you in a second, but the premium feature on True Game Data is going to come in handy for things like VITAL now that we have so many different attachments that change damage values. The premium feature that shows you that on TGD is going to be really, really useful. But anyway, Type 100 is one shot less to kill to the chest in all 3 damage ranges. Cooper Carbine and STG don't have any changes, and then the ITRA in the first and second damage range also is one shot less to kill on the chest. But if you go to the premium feature on TGD, currently it doesn't use attachments, but we're going to obviously make it so you can put attachments on this. This is one of the premium features, $5 a month on TGD. You get a bunch of different things with that, but this is one of them that's going to be really, really nice with like the Vital Perk and Incendiary and all these different things that change damage now. If you generate this table, basically it tells you, based on the shot location you pick, how the damage values stack up with every other shot location. So head, neck, stomach, and extremities. If I select chest, it'll tell you how many shots you need to hit on that other location to change the TTK. So in this case, I've selected chest on the C58. So if I look at chest, it says this has the same damage as your selected shot location, of course, because it's your selected shot location. It'll show you the total damage you do in order to get a kill at the health value you've selected. Shows you the shots to kill and the time to kill, and then it'll look at every other shot location and say, can we change that TTK with a certain number of shots on this location? So it takes 4 neck shots to get down to 6 shots to kill using this calculator, and you can see 2 chest shots, 4 neck shots, does exactly 250 damage, which is enough to kill, which reduces that TTK by 6, or reduces that TTK down to 6 shots to kill, down to 542 milliseconds. So this is going to be perfect for Vital. If you put Vital on this calculator with the weapon, once we get all that added, it'll show you whether or not it reduces the number of headshots required to kill or the number of neck shots required to kill, and just how it affects all of that. So this is going to be a perfect example of how this is going to be a useful feature coming up with once we integrate all these different new attachments from the Vanguard weapons into Warzone. I do want to quickly mention there is a blueprint for the MP40 that has the Vital Perk on it. That's just a mistake. Exclusive Ace tested that, and it does not affect the damage whatsoever, so that means it doesn't affect time to kills at all. So that's just a bug. It's not supposed to be that way. So don't use that blueprint. It's just a pointless attachment to have on there. All right, guys, that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover. I just wanted to go over Vital today. Like I said, I'll be going over Incendiary tomorrow in tomorrow's video. This has been a ton of work, so any support you can give me would be greatly appreciated. Usually about 40% of the people watching aren't subscribed, which is a pretty high number. So if you're not subscribed and you like my content, please consider hitting that sub button. I'm going to be grinding the rest of the day on the damage profiles and hopefully have all the base damage profiles up on the website at some point tonight. That's kind of my goal. I'm literally going to work the rest of the day on this. I'm also live over at twitch.tv/TrueGameData Live right now if you want to come help me start those private lobbies to test. We generally have enough people to start them, but you can just come hang out and watch me as I get these things live. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really appreciate all the support, and I'll see you in the next video.